Good morning, artists. This is Ms. Cameron again, coming to you from Learn at Home. Before we head into our body project, I wanted to give you some tips about how to draw the face, because we have now understood how to create the human body 8 heads high. The human face also has mathematical proportions that we are able to follow. Again, not everyone's face fits perfectly into these proportions, but they are generally fairly accurate, and I encourage you at home even to kind of look in the mirror and do some measuring after you've done this exercise with us. You will see that I have printed off your worksheet that is in the Google Classroom, so you're welcome to use that as your guiding lines and to do it, or you're welcome to use this video or both, whatever works best for you. Our first step, artists, is to draw a circle. You want it to be the majority of your page, but you're wanting to give yourself enough room to be able to leave some neck and shoulders for this face. And we're going to start with a circle, but more of an oval shape. The human face is a variety of sizes and shapes. So as long as you're getting that basic structure down, we can change it and adjust it. One thing I do recommend if math skills are not your favorite, if you put your ruler down and you pick, for example, that this is going to be 6 inches from top to bottom, that's going to make your measuring easier, okay? So whatever measurement you want to start with, pick some sort of number that's easy to divide, and that will help you a bit, okay? So I'm going to start here knowing that this is 6 inches, okay? And then at this point, my first step is to find my halfway point. So 3 inches is here. And what I'm going to do then at my 3 inches is I'm going to create a halfway guiding line. Okay. My next step is going to be to find the middle section if you want. So if you want to find the halfway point between here. Again, if you want to do some measuring to keep it easier, I have found my 4. So if my face is this wide all the way across, okay, so 4 is going to be kind of my basic halfway point. So I'm 4 inches here and I'm 6 inches up and down, okay? All right, this is sitting at 3 inches, okay? And at this point, I want to start dividing up the face a little bit more. So my first step is to go from the middle point to the chin, and I'm going to find another halfway point. So we have 3, so my 1.5 is going to be my halfway point. I'm going to take that mark. I'm going to mark that across. And then from this point down to the chin, I want to divide it into sections of 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to take this section and I'm going to divide it into thirds. You can potentially do that super mathematical like, or you can do some guesstimation. So 1, 2, 3, and do like an eyeballing that allows these sections to be fairly equally broken up into 3 sections. Be honest, guys, this is a little messy. It's very difficult to be drawing with a camera in front of my drawing space. Okay, so now that I have my key marking points, what I'm able to do is I'm able to go through and start figuring out then how many eyes across. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyes fit across, and a full eye fits in between 2 eyes. I do encourage you to give it a test on your own eye. This is something that we would do in the classroom, is kind of measure from your hairline to the tip of your exterior of your eye, measure your eye, measure between your eyes, and you will notice that in general they follow about 5 eyes across. So your first step would be to add your eyes. Then our next step is, once you have this line, you're able to put your nose on that line, okay? And then your lips actually measure a third of the way down from the eye to the exterior of the lip area, and your lips are sitting on that second line of the 1/3 section. So at this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of clean up my lines, and I'm gonna start adding those key features. Right, at this point, artists, we want to think about our hairline. So we all have different styles of hairline. Some people have a hairline that is a widow's peak, where it has a point that comes down. Some people have a totally rounded hairline that goes straight across. Some people have a cowlick, which means it kind of goes up and in and then back across over. So you decide what kind of hairline you would like your person to have. And then based on that hairline, you pull in a hairline just as a guiding point, okay? And then at that guiding point, you think about how the hairstyle is going to sit. So for example, if this person has short hair and they have a part on the side, all of your lines would come from the growth points. So short hair, you'd have little small lines that would come out of the part and come and grow out of the hairline. Okay. If the person had really long hair, and for example, again, they parted on the side, you would have long strokes of your lines that would allow the person to have hair. Okay, so you decide what type of hair you would like to give them, you decide what kind of strokes you're after, and think about removing the exterior line but actually giving them hair from that point. I think the last big part that we need to think about is the ears, which are going to sit between the eyes and the nose area. So our ears would sit generally in about here. And again, some people's ears are bigger, some people's ears are smaller, but that's the basic structure of our ear, sitting in those sections. Okay, and just a basic ear. We don't have to go crazy. There's just a basic structure that you need. And the last piece is the neck. So the neck is going to be coming from the exterior of the eyes and coming straight down. The exterior of the eyes and coming straight down. And the biggest thing that you need to think about is your shoulder width. So you have her head, or this person's head, is that big. So I know that when I hit my neck, the person's shoulders need to be approximately the size of their head. So we should be able to fit 3 heads across. So this is where sometimes our shoulders look like they're pretty big, but sometimes we don't do them big enough. So we want to allow your shoulders to run right off the page potentially, depending on the size of the head. So these shoulders would run right off the page to make this person the appropriate size. Okay, so that is the basic structure. So finish it up, clean up your lines. Don't erase any of your guiding lines. You want to keep your guiding lines, but you do want to give it some hair.